Hey Teddy, I'll jump in. How did you spend your bye week, and how different was it with all the protocols? And I'm sure you couldn't do everything you wanted to do.
Yeah, honestly, just spent my bye week reflecting on the way things have been going this season. Um, Trying to stay active a little bit, but it's just good to be able to have a week off, get healthier, and try to make a run for these next couple weeks.
Let's go to Mike Slarte and then Scott Fowler.
Hey Teddy, I know you guys have been wanting to get Christian back into the mold. Obviously, the shoulder seems to have been coming around, but he was limited with a thigh. What kind of a dimension does he add, even if he's cleared to play on Sunday and he may be just 80% of what he normally would be?
I think, man, when you watch Christian play, the tape speaks for itself, and that you know speaks for that answers that question. He's a guy who's extremely gifted. He's a threat in the red zone, third down, first, second down, pass game, run the ball. He brings a lot to the table. So we're glad, when he's out there and, whatever he may be battling through, he's a guy who's, a extreme competitor and he wants to fight through everything and be out there for us. So, we're excited that he's on this team. We have the opportunity to just have him back.
And just a quick follow up as far as coming off the bye and getting Denver. You've had a little bit extra time to watch them. They had the night game at the end of last week that you could watch against KC. What do you see from those guys defensively that you can try to exploit?
Yeah, it's a defense that's very sound. You can tell that those guys are coached well. They do a great job of just, complimenting each other. Whether they're dropping in coverages, you see guys passing things off. If they're rushing the quarterback, those guys understand their rush patterns, and those guys make some plays on the back end. So we're aware of, some of the strengths that they have, and we want to try to take advantage of some of the weaknesses that we may notice.
Eddie, when you say you spent the bye week reflecting or part of it, what what sort of conclusions did you draw from your reflections about this season, your performance, whatever you were thinking about?
Yeah, honestly, I was just thinking about everything that coach is trying to do around here, and obviously, when you're losing, it's easy to point out the negatives, and I found myself, pointing out some of the negatives, but at the same time, making myself aware of some of the positive things. In the grand scheme, we want to win football games, and that's the overall goal. But I was able to notice some of the small victories that we're accomplishing around here, and what's unique about it is we've dealt with so many obstacles, and as other teams has throughout the course of this year. But to be where we are, at this point in the season, speaks a lot about the type of man we have, playing for this organization and coaching.
Let's go to Vashti Hurt and then Phil Orban.
Hi, Teddy. To kind of piggyback off of that, you posted on Instagram yesterday about, I guess, your self assessment that you went through or that you had during the buy. And then you said that you had to shift your mindset. I just was wondering if you would kind of elaborate on that. What you mean when you said that you had to shift your mindset?
Yeah, basically, like I just said, just not spending so much time focusing on all the negative things. I think it's contagious. It becomes contagious. When you think about all the things that aren't going well, you end up bringing that mindset, that attitude to work, and you may be the guy who's bringing teammates down. I think one of my biggest gifts in life is to be positive and to feed off positivity. So I think me shifting my mindset and getting back to just being a person that I know I am, had to look in the mirror and just point the finger at myself. Of course, I like to be playing better, so that's part of it also. But the biggest thing is just my mindset as far as energy.
Did you see some of that positivity waning, which is why you said that you had to kind of bring that back? And was that part of the tough games that the Panthers have experienced this season? Did you see some of that waning?
Honestly, I did, but at the same time, it was just more so being a competitor. Like I said, you want to win these football games, and like I said, on the grand scheme, that's the ultimate goal. And I found myself getting frustrated because we weren't having the type of success that I wanted to have. But I remember earlier this year, Coach said, "Man, he needs to know who's one of his guys. Who's going to be the same guy whether we win, 12 games or we go on a losing streak." And I just went back to that that message that he just told to the team, and told myself, man, I got to be the same guy. I can't be, super positive all the time, only because things are going well. I have to still bring joy to this team and bring positive energy because, it's contagious. As I go, if I give off that positive energy, it has a huge effect on that locker room. So I have to continue to just be the same guy every day. I can't get frustrated, in some of the things that are going on. I just have to continue to just focus on those small victories, and ultimately the big victories will fall in place.
Thank you.
Teddy, kind of on that same point, Matt was pretty emphatic earlier this week when he was asked if the last 4 games are going to be any sort of evaluation. He said, no, like I told the guys, I want them to go out and compete and try to win games. I'm not worried about evaluations and things like that. What does that type of message mean to you coming from the head coach? And I don't think you've ever been in a situation where you've kind of been in that evaluation period at the end of the season, but I could be wrong. I'm just wondering if you could kind of reflect on that.
It actually sends a loud message to the team that, it's not one of those deals where we just want to throw in the towel and, try to find out, what this guy and this guy can do. It's one of those deals where, we're his guys. He's our coach. He believes in us and we believe in him. So for him to say that message, it should travel throughout the locker room. It should hit home with guys that, man, this guy has our back. He's going to ride with us. When things aren't going well, when things are going well. It's one of those deals where you just get to just play football and be free.
All right, guys, we got time for 2 more. So let's go to David Newton and finish with Sharon Thorsland.
Teddy, kind of following up on that. So what does Teddy Bridgewater need to prove over these last 4 games?
Honestly, man, it's one of those deals where I just got to be the best version of Teddy that I can be, and that's playing fast, getting the ball out of my hands, allowing my guys to make plays, being efficient, not turning the ball over, showing that we can win a game down the stretch in 2 minutes, scoring touchdowns in the red zone, being aggressive. I think if I could just do all of those things, I'll be able to walk away from this season pleased with, some of the things that may have happened.
Hey, Teddy, when coming off the bye, now you've got the 4 games left of the regular season. What's the most important thing for you guys to go out there and do to really set the tone in this Broncos game?
I think situationally we want to be a better team. 3rd down, red zone, 2 minute. We could just put those things together. I think we'll have a good chance of just, executing in this game. I think we do a good job of scoring we do a good job of getting points, putting together scoring drives, but they don't all end in touchdowns. We could just, finish drives with touchdowns and not field goals. I think we'll feel good walking away from this game.